November 2024 tarot reading. So glad you guys are here. I hope all of you are doing awesome. So we're going to see what the energy is for this month. We're going to start off with an oracle card or two. This deck is the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. So see what comes through for you. We're going to get the overall energy for the Virgo that I'm picking up on today, for the Virgo group that I'm reading for today. If you come across this reading outside of November, hopefully there was a reason and you were guided to listen to this message. And overall, the purpose for my readings here on YouTube for everyone is to provide some insight and perspective. Hopefully you get some truth, validation, guidance, clarity here as well. All right, that's the intention. Let's see what is the overall energy for the Virgo group that I'm picking up on today, please. I tried to do I actually did your reading earlier today, and it didn't come out really well. So it was extremely blurry. So I was having some issues, some technical issues here with that. There was no way I could post it with how blurry it was. So we'll see what that's about. I'm not too sure. That is the first time that it's happened to me as far as the reason, right? Like for it to be blurry. Maybe there is just something that you are not clear about at this time, or maybe there's some interference happening that is preventing you from moving on or from getting something done. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's get an overall oracle card for November 24 for the Virgo group. What does Virgo need to know? What is the most important message for this month? What do they need to focus on, please? Virgo. All right. Wow. Be the hunter, not the hunted. That is interesting. It does make me feel like that whole interference vibe. Are you back and forth between like going after somebody and somebody going after you in some way? Is there a cat and mouse thing happening here? There's a chaser and a runner. This could be something toxic, of course, right? With the whole chaser runner thing going on. If this has to do with a relationship and another person. Or this could be like just two people not getting along and not seeing eye to eye. I understand that there's high vibe here with all these oracle cards, and I get that, right? So if we're dealing with a more high vibrational situation, this card is basically just telling you to go after what you want, you know. But there's something around be the hunter, not the hunted. It just makes me feel, especially with earlier's reading, like, is there someone after you? Is there something after you? And why? Like, what are they trying to get? What are they trying to accomplish here? Is there someone looking for you? Have you gone rogue? Have you gone silent, quiet? You know, is there been a ghosting situation happening here? The number 8 is a cyclical energy. It's an energy of karma as well, or this coming back around type of energy. There's a feeling around this that something never ends. It's always happening, right? Like there's a cycle, there's a pattern. But the owl suggests wisdom. The owl suggests knowing, but it also suggests something happening in the dark, right? Like there's something going on in the dark, metaphorically, that you have access to, that you can see. So I don't know if this is like secretive information or something that you're doing in quiet and silent here. You're also intensely observant. Are you observing someone in the dark? It also makes me feel on edge and like the need to be extremely vigilant and aware of the surroundings and everything that's happening in the home, outside the home. I don't know if you feel like you need to be protected, or you need to protect yourself. You feel vulnerable in a sense. It's like this fearful energy at the same time. Let's see what other card we get from this oracle deck. This is the Priestess of Light Oracle. It's like you need to have the upper hand. You need to be 10 steps ahead of this situation, or 10 steps ahead of the other person. This is a game. This is a game of like strategy here. There's strategy involved. This is like who's going to win. Who's going to come out on top. Cat and mouse type of thing. All right, one more card here. Sacred breath and sound. Life force communication here with the dolphin. I'm instantly getting someone speaking in code, in a way where others cannot understand a conversation between two people. This is like between you and I'm feeling, not me, right? But whoever it is that you're dealing with, right? Like this is between you and me, right? Like nobody else has to come in and interfere here. There's also a sense of knowledge as well with these two animals, right? Like they do stand for knowledge and being intelligent and clear, and it's also this thing of like, don't underestimate someone as well. And again, just being really quiet, right? With the sacred breath and sound. It's like you're communicating with the ethers. You're communicating in code to God, to spirit, to the universe. There is a tether between you and spirit here. It's almost as though you can hear it and you can see the vibration of how the universe speaks to you. There is something about working with the animal spirits and working with animals, and you being a Virgo, you are known for that. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what comes through here. But high vibrationally, right? Like the most positive delineation of this card is to go after what it is that you want, right? Don't be vulnerable. Don't be weak. Stay strong in your approach, in the process. Stay consistent. Be in it for the long haul. You know, I'm hearing Rome wasn't built in a day. So there may be something that you have been working on, and it's going to take a long time for you to get it and accomplish this thing. So continue on. And you may be working at all hours. You may be working more so in the night. There's a lot of nighttime energy involved here. Dark, what happens in the dark? What happens in the water? Again, the feeling of something being murky or fuzzy or unclear, because when you are underwater, right, you can't, like, everything is different, you know. Obviously you can't breathe under there, but the way it sounds, right, like it's clogging up your eardrums, or it's like you can't hear something clearly. You're trying to be clear in everything that you're doing, but it's just not clear at this time. So you may be looking for clarity. You may be needing to communicate in a different way because you're not getting across. You're not getting your point across. Or you're not understanding someone else's point and how they communicate to you. Somebody may literally be going through like a physical impairment where they're losing their sight, they're losing their hearing, they are losing their voice, something like that. I don't know. I'm feeling that somebody is sick. Someone's in the hospital. It's like you have to communicate differently in order to understand them, because they are different. They're not the same anymore. You know, something happened to them. So I don't know who I'm reading for, but I hope all the best for you and your family and whatever situation you are in. If somebody is hurt, if somebody is ill at this time. Okay. So we're going to look into your personal energy for the month of November and see what's going on with you guys. Pull some tarot cards here. It's in the personal energy for the Virgo. Ooh, Two of Cups. Love. You are caring for someone right now. Has somebody been through something? Like, have you and your loved one been through a tragic situation recently? Maybe it's like, let's come, like, all we have is one another. You know, it's just you and I. Like, we need to take care of each other. We need to cherish each other. We need to hold each other. It's like you and I against the world type of feeling. I mean, for this to be your personal energy, this is so beautiful. All right. You have 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups. If you know anything about tarot, this is definite union and unconditional, unwavering, solid, strong love here. So your relationship may be in focus, on the forefront here for you in the month of November. I don't know. I do feel really strongly that 2 people here are going through a lot, going through a big moment right now, and like need to stick together, need to stand together. It's almost as though like that feeling of when a family or when a couple experiences tragedy or loss in some way, how that can either make them or break them, right? Like it'll either destroy the relationship or bring them closer together and solidify a bond. That's what it feels like here. It's a lot of healing. There's a lot of emotions, you know, just like a fluctuation of emotion. The feeling of being grateful and appreciative, you know, there's a little bit of sadness, a little bit of gratitude, right? Like this back and forth here. There's healing happening as well. If this is not you, you're not in a relationship, love is on the mind for sure. So either you are reminiscing and you are remembering. For some of you, if we're going into the low vibrations, you may be holding on really, really tight to a previous relationship or a previous love. Here with Be the Hunter, Not the Hunted. Trying to get through to them and trying to communicate with them in some way as well. Or maybe somebody is doing this with you, like an ex, right? Trying to come through and communicate with you as well. So I don't know. It does feel very stalker-like as well. I don't mean to scare anybody, but I mean, it's just a warning. That's why I was feeling that here, and I was trying to like pinpoint it. But now that I'm looking at this card, there is something about that, like looking in from the outside. We're pulling 2 cards this month for love and relationship for every sign, just to get a little hint of what is happening in that section of life. If you want a more in-depth love reading, just stay tuned to the channel because I'll be doing in-depth love readings for each zodiac sign in the second half of November. But you're already coming through with a love reading because of the cards that are showing up. You had this card earlier today in the love area, the Judgment card. Okay. So there is something about that. Like this is a big moment in your relationship. This is like a make or break moment for sure. It's like Judgment Day, right? Like make a decision. You know, is this a yes? Is this a no? Are we doing this? Are we not? And I'm so sorry. I'm also feeling for some of you, this has to do with a pregnancy, if you're doing it or if you're not following through with that as well. Ancestors are playing a big role here, or your elders or mentors in some way. There's definite guardianship I don't know if like your family meddles in your love life or in your life in general, but there's something around that. It's also making me feel like two people are, what is this? Controlled by other forces, by outside forces, or really, really heavily influenced by outside forces. And, it's like at some point you're yearning for one another. You just want to be together. And there are things that are happening outside of your situation that are maybe preventing you from preventing that from happening. For some of you, you are missing each other, but somebody messed up really bad, and so that door is shut for now. But yeah, this is like a big time in the relationship. There's heavy energy happening here, like serious stuff. I don't know, it could be anything. I'm not pulling clarifiers today, but it's like serious stuff going on. It's not your typical like flighty, nonsense type of fighting or problems. This is like life or death, or the difference between having shelter or being homeless, or moving, right? Like from one state to another, leaving your home and what you've where you've lived, who you've lived with your entire life, and uprooting and running away. Like it's big changes like that. Okay, so I don't know exactly why it's happening. In your finances and career, getting a couple cards for that. You have the King of Swords. Someone has made up their mind. Someone has put their foot down. Someone is coming from a really practical, logical, realistic perspective. Look at this. More cups. Like the Virgo situation right now is so emotional. You have the King of Cups at the bottom here. Very different energy from this King of Swords, guys. Like, what is this? What's happening? This also makes me feel like people are just being torn apart. Like, you cannot be together. Hold on. There's a card standing out to me and I needed to see what it is. The Sun. Yeah, that's true. That's clarity. Yeah. I don't know. For whoever I'm picking up on, you're definitely being cut off from your love, from your heart. Now, it doesn't, if it's not a relationship, this does have to do with something you love or someone you love. Like you are being forced to leave home. You're being forced to evacuate. You're being forced to move out. You're being forced to stop your way of living. Like you have to leave. You have to go. Don't be hunted, like people are looking after you, looking for you. You're running. You're on the run. Who am I reading for? You're communicating in code. What? Please tell me if this is your situation. What is this about? All right, we're going to get into, so your work and finances. I mean, I just don't even think that is a factor at this time. This is like the general coming through and like controlling your every move right now. This could be law enforcement, government, even your father, or like a really controlling husband or wife, or I don't know. It's like no emotions, no love. Things are dry, cold, distant. But for whoever this is, it's like your elder or your person who is in control, this more authoritative figure, this more mature figure, is coming from a place of love, or at least they think they are. I don't think you perceive it to be that way. I don't think you can feel their love. They justify their actions by saying to you, like, I'm doing this because I love you. I'm doing this because I'm looking after you. You're going down the wrong path, or they don't agree with what you're doing, or something like that. They may support you. So if this is coming out in your finance sector of November, you may be supported by a loved one, like financially. All right, let's go into more detail. We're going to pull some more cards from another tarot deck here. What is coming through for the Virgo? What do they need to anticipate? People, places, circumstances, situations, energy coming forward, coming through in November for the Virgo, please. Yeah, Ten of Swords. The Devil. Guys, what's happening? I hope you're okay. The Nine of Pentacles and Strength. You feel like you have to go on your own. You feel you have to do something by yourself, and it's going to take everything that you have. Okay, it's going to take like all of your courage, your bravery, but you're doing it for love. You're doing it because of your heart. Like you are being pulled, you are being called into this direction, and it's going against everything you know. It's going against your life as it stands, as it always has been. It's very different from how you were raised. It's very different from where you come from. Something is ending here. And you're trying to break free of the chain. There is definite control factors happening in your life. Definitely. With the Devil here. Someone has a really, really strong hold on you. Or this could be you to them, but to leave this situation is almost devastating. It like to somebody here, it's like if I can die, right? Like I can die if I leave. Like that's how I'm feeling someone to say or think, right? Like that's how dire the situation may be as well. Scared, there's fear, like fear that somebody is going to go after you with be the hunter, not the hunted. Someone's looking for you. Yeah. It's a painful situation. There was an ending maybe, which was also painful. You're trying to stay strong and you're trying to land on your feet. Maybe some of you like need to get a job now and need to make your own money now and find a place to live, and what are you going to eat, right? Like budgeting by yourself. This is how much money I have, how long can this last me? Like it makes me feel like that, because someone else was so in control that you didn't have anything for yourself. Seven of Cups. In the middle of the month, you do have options here. Okay, so maybe you're looking for help. Queen of Pentacles. Someone comes through and helps. This is a more stable person. It could be a female in your life who takes you in, who helps you out. Gives you resources, things that you may need. If it's not as bad as like a really toxic relationship or really toxic like parent-child relationship, it could be like a toxic work environment as well. A toxic boss, a very controlling place of business that, you need to get away from, right? Like, and for sure, you're getting away from something. You're breaking free from control here, wanting to go independent and on your own. And it's taking a lot of risk and bravery and courage to do that. In the middle of the month, you look for options. you are trying to open doors of opportunity, and thinking like, okay, I can do this, I can do that, where can I get help, who can I ask, what can help me for right now while I get on my feet. Or maybe somebody just made like a really quick decision to leave. Maybe some of you left a place because of love, and you're just trying to get away and just be on your own, or be with your person. That Five of Swords has been coming through. I think it came through for you earlier in today's reading that I tried to do for other signs as well. The middle of the month, it's very, like there's some sabotaging energy. There's some selfish energy. It's like this thing of winning at all costs, right? Like, I'm going to do this no matter what. I am going to beat you and get you back and get revenge no matter what. Or I'm going to win. I'm going to come out on top. I'm going to show you what I'm made of. I'm going to show you my capability and my potential. I'm going to achieve this thing no matter what, right? So that all those things are great. I mean, not the revenge part, but yeah, all those things are great except the no matter what, So it could be where it's like leave or be left, hurt or be hurt, looking out for oneself, even if that means the pain, the detriment, the loss of another party. Why does it have to get there? Or maybe this is someone in your life acting that way. Clearly, there's two people involved here. And they are not seeing eye to eye. As you can tell, they're facing opposite directions. One person is more stable in their approach. The other person is more emotional. Maybe dealing with the water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this person has a more selfish tendency, is more overreactive, more emotional, while the other person is trying their best to stay grounded and secure and safe, and is being really resourceful and looking at their options and trying to do something for themselves so they don't have to rely on the other person. And the other person is taking this completely personal and acting out. This person is vibing low. Ace of Swords at the end of the month. Well, truth comes out. Clarity you get. Oof. Ouch. May come with some pain. And some like really harsh, what is that? Like, what is it? That's phrase. Is it the truth hurts? It's like really harsh awareness, so much so that yes, you're glad that you have the truth, but dang, like it really pierces your heart here. The Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, that is too close for comfort for me, okay, as a reader. There's not a lot of combinations that can come and make this situation okay for me. This is not an okay situation with these cards so close together, okay? You have two cards of deceit, lies, backstabbing, selfishness, destruction, sabotage. Did I say selfishness? Pride, ego. You have an Ace of Swords in the middle, with the devil somewhere lurking around. Like, Virgo, what do you have? What have you gotten into? What have you gotten yourself into here? Man, this is toxic. This is power play. This is you hurt me, I'm gonna fuck you over type of thing. And you are surely on your way to do something like this, or vice versa. Like, don't underestimate your capability of hurting back. You have had enough. There is enough. Like, you have reached this breaking point here. The advice, of course, is find God, find spirit, take a deep breath, count to 10, go away, get away, go on a solo vacation, go stay in a hotel room with no children, no parents to talk to, like no one, right? Just you and yourself, you and God, you and spirit, and sit with yourself and really like just have this moment of like this come to Jesus talk, this is the situation that I'm in. How did I get here? Right? What have I allowed? How have I contributed to creating this mess? It's so easy to do a blame game. I get it. And this person is probably pretty shitty. But at the end of the day, we are responsible for who we have in our lives, right? Yes, I understand if this is like a really, really extreme situation, you need to call the cops, or you need to, I don't know, you're scared for your life, you're scared for your children's life, all of that. I get that. And I wish you all the best. And I hope that you get the help you need. But if it's just a sense of like you're in a toxic relationship with a really immature, narcissistic, barks really loud but has no bite type of person, then why are you still here? Why have you put up with this? And yeah, like, what have you done to contribute to this? What have you done to create this and allow it in your life? Because at the end of the day, we are responsible for that type of stuff, right? And I'm saying that type of scenario. I'm not talking about the scenarios where you literally don't have control and it's a life or death situation. But if you have the ability to get out, and it's just a matter of this person is a manipulator and is a energetic vampire and drains the shit out of you and makes a mess of everything and doesn't allow you to be at peace and have, a good quality life, then all they're doing is taking away and you're allowing it to happen, right? And it's playing on your pride. It's like, oh, you want to be like that? I can be worse. Okay, so this is this tit for tat, be the hunter, not the hunted. Like, this is a game here of who can be worse. If you want to live a better life, don't play that game. Right? Like, the high road, the strong thing to do here is exit. Exit yourself, right? Get out of this situation. Thanks, but no thanks. No hard feelings. Who cares what happened? Who cares about the details? It's just not for me, right? Have a great life. Good luck, and I'm out. And it's as easy as that. There's no closure needed. There's no answers. There's no, waiting for them to say the right thing or do the right thing. And then sometimes what happens is we wait for to see them hurt. Right? Like, we try to hurt them and then we wait for them to hurt. We wait for them to crawl back just so we can feel like we won and we have the upper hand. And I'm saying we because, I think most people have gone through these toxic, shitty situations, but you learn from them. That's what they're there for, to learn from. So you know what not to do next time. And you can stop attracting this type of person, this type of relationship, and work on yourself, and move forward here. And you may need some help to move forward. And I think people are there to support you. But keep in mind that the people in your life may also be tired of it as well. Okay, so I'm feeling that this is not the first time you've crawled back home and asked for help, right? And again, no judgment. Especially if you're younger, this is like your first time having this type of relationship or something like that. It's there for a reason. You go through these moments for a reason. You meet these types of people for a reason. Eventually, 10 years from now, you'll look back and you'll be like, oh, that was just a learning situation. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. Well, good luck with all of it. I hope that you get the help that you need. Just be safe, be careful. Make good decisions, you know, count to 10 before you react. Nothing is worth losing your life. Nothing is worth losing your peace. So keep those things in mind. We have Sagittarius up next. So I'm going to do the Sagittarius reading next. Look out for that if you have any Sagittarius placements. Other than that, thank you again for your time and energy. Click the like button if you got something out of today's reading. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. And good luck. Have a happy Thanksgiving holiday. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.